Yo, yo, yo. It's gonna be a quick one today. FOMC. Let's get it. Alright. Where's my charts at? Love a bit of FOMC.
Now listening to an official Oh So City mix. Oh So City.
Alright. The gold is currently bearish on the 4 hour. Let me bring up my... Yeah, gold is currently bearish, respecting that previous 4 hour low. I mean, the 4 hour just started, so we got some time. Alright, sorry. Alright, cool. 4 hour is bearish, daily is bearish. 30-minute, got that downtrend structure. Wait, do we have any 4 hour levels? We do. You know what? That's a 4 hour support right here. And then the next 4 hour support is all the way down here. So FOMC, we know the rates are going to stay the same. Let me turn this music down. Alright, so we know the rates are going to stay the same, right? So high interest rates is usually bearish for gold. So I'm thinking we get a little drop, maybe tap this 4 hour support, maybe this 30-minute support. I don't know if it comes all the way down to this one here, but I'm thinking a retest of a 30-20, 30-25, and then a bounce back up at 6:30, which is half an hour after the rates. And that's because Powell's gonna start talking all his stuff and letting us know the future plans of the interest rates. But as long as the rates stay high as they are, think about it now, the rates are 4.5 and gold is still bullish. So I think gold reacts to the news as it should. We get a little drop and then it continues bullish. That's what I believe anyway. So we'll see what happens. But gold has been playing inside this range all day. Still gold range. Higher lows, lower highs. I don't really think pound yen does anything, to be honest. I'm not really looking for much of a move on pound yen. But we'll see, we'll see. All I know is that GJ has not wanted to break that weekly resistance. And now we got a 4-hour level up here too. 4-hour, we got a lower high on the 4-hour. But yeah, just wanted to show you the gold range. So I'm thinking it's gonna be massive. Oh. Trading view's been slow recently. I don't really think it retests all the way down here, but it's a potential level. If it does decide to drop, if it pushes, then we're going to get some new highs. GJ's pushing back up. News in 2 minutes. Should I split the screen? Oh yeah, why not? Let's see what happens today. Let me put my levels back in real quick. Not gonna lie, this GJ 4-hour looks like it wants to flip bullish and drive up. It's created a nice bottom wick. Let's see what happens today. I don't know what pound yen wants to do though. And then don't forget we have a weekly resistance up here as well. That's been holding price below. So FOMC. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Let's see these spreads start jumping. They're not widening just yet. Oh yeah, now they're jumping. Now they're moving. Alright, FOMC. Oh, GJ spreads are massive. 20 pips. Crazy. It's not that deep. DJ looks like it's gonna drop, but these spreads are massive. Gold pushing. Okay, so gold just gonna push straight up, not even drop. Alright, what were the results? I'm asking like I probably don't already know what it is gonna be anyway. They're gonna leave this thing the same. Yep. 4.5 staying the same. Now we gotta wait for that press conference. Okay, GJ's dropping. Let's go, GJ. Got that continuation pattern down. Oh, it's still in this range. I said gold's gonna fly later. Why do you think that? It should have been bearish first. I kind of thought so too, but you know, gold's gonna do what gold's gonna do, right? I was definitely looking for some buys, but I did think the sells would come first, because the typical reaction to high interest rates is gold sells. Let's look at the DXY. Ooh, dollar index is just dropping. Dollars just dropping. And it's the interest rates are high. It doesn't make sense. But you know what? I'll take it. I ain't gonna complain. I ain't gonna complain. Let's get back to the charts. I really want GJ to drop below. Break this 4-hour support. And just keep coming down. Because I think this 4-hour resistance here is going to be a lower high, and to sell down. GJ's pulling back up. Very temperamental. FOMC, not very clear at all. Very slow FOMC. So now for a trade, I kind of want a closure above this resistance to continue going up. But a good sign would be a closure above this first one, because price has been making these lower highs. And pound yen just needs to get out this range. Go on, that's it. Drop. There we go, pound yen. Right, just needs to get below this 4-hour support. Yo, hey Yeehaw, you alright? This FOMC is very uneventful at the moment, but I think it's waiting for Powell to start speaking. Said the volume isn't crazy. It's not crazy, it's not. But that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. The volume is coming. You just have to wait for Powell to start speaking. But gold will break out of this range, I think. I do think gold's going to break out of this range. And possibly GJ as well. It's just a slow one. But GJ's tapped into this 4-hour support again. Oh, that's gold. See, look. So GJ is playing this 4-hour range. It's just a very tight range. 194.6 area down to this support here. 194. Nearly flat. Oh, it's definitely holding. But once it breaks, we should get a nice drop. I mean, look at the daily. The daily didn't break the previous high. So, and it's broken yesterday's low. So I think GJ still has some room to drop. It's just taking its time about it all day. You said I want to catch the gold buys. And you will definitely get that opportunity. I don't see why not. I think at the meeting they're just going to talk about how quick or slow they're going to actually start to reduce the rates, what they're going to look for to then start reducing the rates, how they think the current economy is going. So yeah, there's a lot of information to wait for, and then I think we'll have some idea of what's going on for the next. I think the next meeting is in May, so we got some time. We got some time. But it's just a waiting game as always. But we can catch the volume. Let me see, let me get the channel for my friend Powell to start talking. There's my boy JP. FOMC meeting live. There we go. Federal Reserve. 10,000 people waiting. Go on, GJ, drop. And then my target for pound yen sells would be first this support, and once this support breaks, there's a 4-hour level. Where is it on my big chart? Oh, retest of this 4-hour resistance. So 193. So right here, yes. Oh. It's my sell target. So 100 pips I'm looking for on pound yen. And gold, well, gold I want 3,050. $3,050 is my target for today. Okay, GJ is getting somewhere. Alright, you know what? I don't need to split screen it no more. So we didn't get these retests. So that's not valid. Just going to wait for a closure above. Pound yen. This continuation pattern was the entry. So GJ had the setup. It did, right? It definitely did. M15 break. Ooh. Nah. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'ma wait. Also, I just want to see if the analysis plays out, you know? Been waiting on this move all day. Like, the perfect entry is gone, to be honest. For me, anyway. It would have been a break of this low, this continuation pattern down. That would have been ideal. But it's not the end of the world. I still think we got 97 pips to go. Now I would need to wait for some structure. Because we got this big bearish candle. I need just a little bit of a pullback. maybe another like weak bullish candle, and then sells down to the support. Gold is chilling. How big was this gold push? 90 pips. 90 pip push up into the resistance. Just need that resistance to break. What's that? New 15-minute candle did just open. Right, if we get a nice... Nah. I was going to say, if it gets a nice top wick, flips, break the low. But it's closed right on this 15-minute support. So, nah. I wouldn't even take the 15-minute. I wouldn't even take it. Go on, Goldie. Push. Keep pushing. You really want these GJ sells, huh? 15-minute does look good. I'm looking at it on my broker. Let me see. Ooh. I mean, get yours. Yeah, these GJ cells do look good. You got that, man. You got that. I'm waiting for these gold buys. Now, what's going to be important here is seeing where this 6 o'clock candle closes on gold. I think we get the closure above, but if it respects this resistance, I think it pushes back down. It's all about them key levels and where the candles close, especially during news. Look at GJ. I mean, it hasn't pushed up crazy. But yeah, I just didn't like this. If this was a bit higher, if this actually closed below on the 15, So the music's too good to trade. Most likely get copyrighted. Just some mix I found on YouTube just now. Oh shoot, it's about to finish as well. Whoop. Oh, it's only 40 minutes. Ooh. These DJ sales are looking good. Come on, Goldie, give us that closure. How many pips is your sales up by now, Benny? Gold isn't giving that drive. Alright, let's go back to our regularly scheduled programs. Let's keep it chill. Watch these charts. Nah, I think GJ is gonna sell. Look at this candle. Alright, Goldie, finally. You know, last couple minutes of the candles when it likes to push. Now I think with volume, gold should continue pushing. Let me see when Powell's gonna start talking. Damn, are we even gonna get the closure above? It's kind of pulling back. Kind of respecting this rejection wick to the left. Yes, if it holds at this resistance, I think potentially we get a bit of a pullback back into the range. I hope it doesn't, honestly. But it looks like it is. I mean, there's still 4 minutes left. So with news, what I'm looking for is for the data to react and then continue in the direction of the trend. So that's why I was expecting gold buys, because potentially interest rates are a sell-off, and then, you know, continue with the gold bullish bias. But it's just gone straight up 90 pips. Keep an eye on this conference. It never starts right on time. It's a big gold pullback. It's not big, but it's like 25 pips. Yeah, no opportunity to get into any sells on pound yen just yet. Not until it closes below this support. So come on, drop 20 pips quick in a minute. Would be nice, but I doubt it. Alright, so we're not going to get the gold closure above. Oh, power's coming out on time. On time.
Good afternoon. My of maximum employment and squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. The economy is strong overall and has made significant progress toward our goals over the past 2 years. Labor market conditions are solid, and inflation has moved closer to our 2% longer run goal, though it remains somewhat elevated. In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged. We also made the technical decision to slow the pace of decline in the size of our balance sheet. I'll have more to say about these decisions after briefly reviewing economic developments. Economic activity continued to expand at a solid pace in the fourth quarter of last year, with GDP rising at 2.3%. Recent indications, however, point to a moderation in consumer spending following the rapid growth seen over the second half of 2024. Surveys of households and businesses point to heightened uncertainty about the economic outlook. It remains to be seen how these developments might affect future spending and investment. In our summary of economic projections, the median participant projects GDP to rise 1.7% this year, somewhat lower than projected in December, and to rise a bit below 2% over the next 2 years.
Let's see how him talking
In the
affects
labor market,
gold.
conditions remain solid. Payroll job gains averaged 200,000 per month over the past 3 months. The unemployment rate at 4.1% remains low and is held in a narrow range for the past year. The jobs to workers gap has held steady for several months. Wages are growing faster than inflation and at a more sustainable pace than earlier in the pandemic recovery. Overall, a wide set of indicators suggests that conditions in the labor market are broadly in balance.
Okay, so they're not worried about
It's not a
jobs.
source of significant inflationary pressures.
Cool.
The median projection for the unemployment rate in the SEP is 4.4% at the end of this year and 4.3% over the next 2 years. Inflation has eased significantly over the past 2 years, but remains somewhat elevated relative to our 2% longer run goal.
Okay, so they're still worried about inflation.
Estimates based on the Consumer Price Index and other data indicate that total PCE prices rose 2.5% over the 12 months ending in February, and that excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core PCE prices rose 2.8%. Some near-term measures of inflation expectations have recently moved up. We see this in both market and survey-based measures, and survey respondents, both consumers and businesses, are mentioning tariffs as a driving factor. Beyond the next year or so, however, most measures of longer-term expectations remain consistent with our 2% inflation goal. The median projection in the SEP for total PCE inflation is 2.7% this year and 2.2% next year, a little higher than projected in December. In 2027, the median projection is at our 2% objective. Our monetary policy actions are guided by our dual mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices.
GJ ran back on me. Yes, it did.
At today's meeting, the committee decided to maintain the target range for the federal
It's
funds
making a
rate
top
at
whip.
4.25% to 4.5%. Looking ahead, the new administration is in the process of implementing significant policy changes in 4 distinct areas: trade, immigration, fiscal policy, and regulation. It is the net effect of these policy changes that will matter for the economy and for the path of monetary policy. While there have been recent developments in some of these areas, especially trade policy, uncertainty around the changes and their effects on the economic outlook is high. As we parse the incoming information, we're focused on separating the signal from the noise as the outlook evolves. As we say in our statement, in considering the extent and timing of additional adjustments to the target range for the federal funds rate, the committee will assess incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks.
Basically, it's going to keep watching the news coming out.
Adjust our policy stance, and we are well positioned to wait for greater clarity.
Okay. So they're chilling on interest rates reduction for now.
Participants wrote down their individual assessments of an appropriate path for the federal funds rate based on what each participant judges to be the most likely scenario going forward. An admittedly challenging exercise at this time in light of considerable uncertainty. The median participant projects that the appropriate level of the federal funds rate will be 3.9% at the end of this year and 3.4% at the end of next year.
Also, they are going to drop
Unchanged
rates
from December.
this year.
While these individual forecasts are always subject to uncertainty, as I noted, uncertainty today is unusually elevated. And of course, these projections are not a committee
Yo.
or a decision. Policy is not on a preset course.
They are looking to drop rates by the end of this year.
Policy stance in a manner that best promotes our maximum employment and price stability goals. If the economy remains strong and inflation does not continue to move sustainably toward 2%, we can maintain policy restraint for longer. If the labor market were to weaken unexpectedly or inflation were to fall more quickly than anticipated, we can ease policy accordingly. Our current policy stance is well positioned to deal with the risks and uncertainties that we face in pursuing both sides of our dual mandate.
Gold's gonna fly.
At today's meeting, we also
There we
decided to
go.
slow the pace of decline in our balance sheet.
Gold's about to
Since we
pop.
began balance sheet runoff, our securities holdings have declined by more than $2 trillion. While market indicators continue to suggest that the quantity of reserves remains abundant, we have seen some signs of increased tightness in money markets. Beginning in April, the monthly cap on Treasury redemptions will be lowered from $25 billion to $5 billion. Consistent with the committee's intention to hold primarily Treasury securities in the
Bye,
longer run,
gold.
we are leaving the cap on agency securities unchanged. This action has no implications for our intended stance of monetary policy and should not affect the size of our balance sheet.
GJ's
over
about
the
to
medium
drop.
term.
Gold's about to pop.
The committee
Hey,
also
that rhymes.
continued its discussions as part of our 5-year review of our monetary policy framework. At this meeting, we focused on labor market dynamics and our maximum employment goal. As we have indicated, our review will include outreach and public
Wanted to
events
click
and
sell right
with
here,
a
not
wide
gonna
range
lie.
of parties, including Fed Listens events around the
took too
country and
long.
a research conference in May. Throughout this process, we will be open to new ideas and critical feedback, and we will take on
Alright, that's enough of Powell. That's enough. What's up, Ash? Gold is going to pop. Go on. Make a new high. It's out of here. I mean, we knew it was going to be bullish. I just thought it was going to drop down first before it pushed up. But either way, I'll take it. 30.50 is the target. Maybe even higher than that. Maybe 30.60. Then buy gold without me. Bruh. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I didn't really see an entry for myself. I was waiting for the closure above here. Didn't close above. It pulled back into the range, but we still got... It still closed above this first resistance. Just need a good push. But now what I will be looking out for, and this Wednesday, is it a Wednesday or Thursday push? No, it's Thursday. I will be looking for Asian session to jump in on these buys as well. But to be fair, pound yen was the move. Been waiting on these sells all day. Got a continuation pattern here. Got a nice top wick. Broke the low. I think gold comes down to 193. Yeah, I threw a fib on 4 hour. Oh, 30.50. Yeah. Do you know what? I've had this line on for about a week. Because this is my target for gold, 30.50. Oh yeah. The only thing concerning me is that gold doesn't have a bottom wick. But I mean, it's a news candle, so it will come back eventually. Oof, GJ. All the way down to 193, please. It's the Thursday push, but Asian session tonight might need to react to the news. Oh, 100%. 100%. Asian session definitely needs a piece. I might have to stay up for it. Asian session needs a piece, needs a slice. Ash, when I say you've been waiting on these pound yen sells all day, the whole day. So from this first rejection, I had some sells here. I don't know if you saw my Instagram post. I had some sells right here. Then I got into some more sells. Ended up pulling back on me, so I closed. But I'm like, yo, this thing is going to come down to this 4-hour resistance. Because it rejected this weekly resistance, this 4-hour resistance. And now, this was the trade right here. This was the entry. Right in the middle of this range, but it was the entry. But it's all good. It's all good. As long as the analysis is correct, the idea is correct, you can plan for next time. Said you might stay up for Asian. Hey, Asian session should continue these gold buys. Damn, GJ wanted to closure below, but you're pushing way too far from the range. Alright, GJ, look at gold. Damn, it's gonna hit that target. Yeah, gold is gone. Gold is gone. Whatever Powell is still talking about right now, let's see what he's still talking about.
Board lessons of the last
What are you
5
talking about,
years in
JP?
determining our findings. We intend to
Oh, it's question time.
when it comes to changing something in this highly uncertain environment, you know, I think there is a level of inertia where you just say, maybe I'll stay where I am.
Thank you, Colby Smith with the New York Times. You just described inflation expectations as well anchored, but has your confidence in that assessment changed at all, given the increase in certain measures and the high degree of uncertainty expressed by businesses, households, and forecasters?
So on inflation expectations, of course, we do monitor inflation expectations very, very carefully. Basically, every source we can find, and short-term, long-term.
Oh, you still in themselves,
households,
Benny?
businesses,
Oh, you're nice. You're
forecasters,
nice.
Market-based. And I think the picture broadly is this. You do see increases widely in short-term inflation expectations, and people who fill out surveys and answer questionnaires are pointing to tariffs about that. If you look in the survey world, if you look a little further out, you really don't see much in the way of an increase. Longer-term inflation expectations are mostly well anchored. If you look at the New York, for example. Then you have market-based, and it's the same pattern. People in markets are pricing in break-evens, some higher.
I don't know what he's talking about. I ain't gonna lie. But I know whatever he's saying has got gold pushing. Whatever he's saying has got gold moving. Yo, I actually think it's going to go past 30.50, I'm thinking 30.60. I'm actually thinking 30.60. I think it's going to push past this 30.50 and keep going. I just need a candle to close. Good. If this 15-minute creates a nice bottom wick, then flips bullish, breaks the high, I might be in some buys. I don't need that many pips, honestly. It's like 20. Just give me 20 pips and I'm good. Oh, this is upsetting. I'm not going to lie. This is where I'm getting the FOMO because I've been waiting for this. Look at that entry. 82 pips. I'm telling you, 193. Okay, gold's pulling back some. Come on, gold. 15-minute flip. Drive up. Oh, GJ was beautiful though. GJ was nice. We got a little reaction here at 15-minute support. You know, I don't really take those seriously, but very concerned about this. Not concerned, but cautious of this wick to the left, because we had that rejection earlier. But look at gold. Is that a retest? It'll be good if it's a retest and it bounces back up from here. It's a perfect place. Or even a 15-minute continuation pattern. I think that'll be a good place. Where's my music? It's too quiet. Yeah, nothing's going on there. I want a nice, well, a small 15-minute candle, and then I'll be in buys at a break of this high, which is also the 30-minute high. See if we can get a little push, catch a little 20-30 pips, maybe 100 if it gets to 30-60. But I mean, this 30-50 is a psychological level, so I'm kind of anticipating a bit of a reaction off there. It's kind of what 30-40's been today. We've had this range around this area. But yeah, GJ was the move, man. Pound yen was the move. See what gold looks like on the 30-minute. No way it closes back below this resistance. Now it's very possible gold just made a new high and then retraces. Because again, high interest rates are not good for gold. But we have high interest rates now and gold is bullish, so we also need a bottom wick for this candle. So could we get a pullback from the highs? Potentially we could do. Alright, let's see how this candle closes, and then I think I'll leave it there for today. But I like a good old FOMC session. It's like tongue twisters. A pullback from the highs is possible. It is, for sure. Gold likes to do that, make a high, pull back. Look, it did that this morning, made a high, we pulled back, made a high, pulled back, made a high. I mean, here, pulled back. That's what gold does. So I'm not surprised. Pound yen doing? Ooh, another wick in this area. Maybe pound yen wants to stay in the range. Maybe. $50 pips on GJ. Now you're just making me feel FOMO, man. That was a good entry though. I think if I'd taken this 15-minute entry, I would have been stopped out, because I would have used a 15-minute high. I would have been tapped out by this next candle, and then it would have fallen and I would have been pissed. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. Alright, closure above for some buys. Only thing is, bottom wick now. We need a bottom wick. How big is this top wick here? Need a break of this higher, or a really long bottom wick. No, I'm gonna have to wait. If this was a small top wick and then I had a long bottom wick, I would take the flip, anticipating that this high would be broken. But when it's long like this, I'm gonna have to wait for a break of the high as confirmation that price is going to continue pushing, which I don't mind doing. It's just I need a good bottom wick for a stop loss. That's the only thing now. Let's see how this candle closes for us. Boom, boom. Ooh, GJ closure below. Yes, give me a small top wick. Oh, I don't know which one to choose. It should be gold, really. Only thing with gold is there's nothing to the left, so it's more uncertain. But GJ should come to 193 today. Keep an eye on both. Put GJ up here. Said gold is more risky. I agree, only because there's nothing to the left, but gold is so bullish, and a new high off the news. That's the light work. And GJ's, well, it was pulling back up. People's car alarms. Nice. And the thing is, pound yen has no, I mean, GJ's got no bottom wick. Kind of like GJ sells more, to be honest. Because with pound yen, if it retests this support, it's like less than 10 pips away. But with gold, the retest is 31, 32. Yeah, GJ don't look great. It's closing too close to this support. Alright, gold it is. Let's get it. Alright, gold, just need a good bottom wick. That's a good bottom wick. Then I'm taking an entry right above this previous high. Yeah, GJ just about closed below. I mean, it's dropped so much I can let this one go. Perfect entry would have been up here. I don't want to force it now. Right, we don't have much of a bottom wick. Alright, Goldie, come on, push. I just don't want it to push and pop. But if I can squeeze 20 pips out of this. 28 pip stop loss, where it currently is. So if it breaks this high, I'll be in. I'll manage my risk once it gets to the candle open. And then I'll be out if it breaks its own low. But I'm just going to wait for it to break this last high. Break this previous high and hopefully be in a trade. Someone's car alarm keeps going off. It's very annoying. Oh, here it goes again. I don't want to shut my window because it's hot. But I might have to. My entry would be... Where is it on my broker? Yeah, about 48.5. 30, 48.5, something like that. Oh, GJ looks good to keep dropping, you know. And gold looks good to keep pushing. No volume in gold right now. Oh, but GJ's looking good. as long as it can stay below this support. I think gold might be taking a little breather, so maybe get a continuation pattern before it continues up. See you later. Yeah, I might leave it here. Nothing's really happening just yet. It's a bit slow. But you know what I'm looking for? Buys when gold breaks this high right here. I'm looking for the push up. It's just taking too long. Like, where's the volume gone? Oh, 15-minute looks perfect for a continuation pattern, don't it? Yeah, so I'll definitely be in some buys when gold breaks this high. And pound yen, I'm just gonna leave it because it barely closed below the support. And we've got this massive rejection wick to the left. But what I will do is post a trade I take later on the community notes. Yep. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. See you guys tomorrow, same time. Well, no, not this time. NY session. All right, peace out.